Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and this review is for the new Mission Impossible movie. Yes, Mission Impossible Rouge Nation. Yes, Mission Impossible is back. Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, fucking awesome. I love the Mission Impossible movies, and I love how all these Mission Impossible movies are different, and they always get different directors. The director of this movie is Christopher McQuarrie, who previously directed Jack Reacher and wrote other great films like Edge of Tomorrow. And yes, this movie stars Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Ving Rhames, Rebecca Ferguson, Sean Ferris, and Simon Pegg, and Alec Baldwin. And oh my god, this movie is a blast! I fucking loved this movie. I was so highly anticipating this movie, and it didn't let me down. This movie is awesome. So what's the story of this movie? Well, the story of this movie is basically Ethan Hunt and his gang, mostly Benji, Simon Pegg, and Rebecca Ferguson, but his gang's still in this movie. But yeah, basically they're tracking down this British crime team called the Syndicate. They're basically taking down government facilities and robbing people of their money, and basically this crime syndicate is like an urban legend, and all these people involved with it are like urban legends, and Ethan Hunt believes in it, and he wants to take them down. Because they're trying to take down MI5, and basically Ethan Hunt is on the roll, and he's trying to take them down. He's got Rebecca Ferguson, who's his new girl, basically a new Mission Impossible girl. She's basically a part of the crime syndicate. Basically, she's doing like the undercover thing, and Ethan Hunt and her are trying to be in cahoots. And basically, most of this movie is basically Ethan Hunt and Benji, played by Simon Pegg. Benji is like my favorite character. Simon Pegg's one of my favorite actors, and I love Benji, and he's awesome in this movie. Jeremy Renner, Ving Rhames, yes, Luther is back. I love Luther, Ving Rhames' character, and I love Jeremy Renner. They're in this movie quite a bit too, but basically they're mostly on the outside perspective, and honestly, them two together, Ving Rhames and Jeremy Renner, they had great chemistry, and they were both hilarious together. Alec Baldwin was also in this movie. He plays this CIA agent. He's basically trying to take down Ethan Hunt because he thinks he's doing the right thing, but really, Ethan Hunt is the good guy. And honestly, one of the biggest problems with a lot of Mission Impossible movies, with the exception of Mission Impossible 3, they always have very weak villains. I hate the villains in Mission Impossible movies. But this movie had a really good villain. Like, Sean Harris plays the villain in this movie. He's actually a really good villain. He's really intelligent. He's actually pretty intimidating, especially with his voice. Hello, Ethan Hunt. Basically, I call this guy, this actor, Sean Harris, I call him that creepy-voiced guy, creepy-voiced geologist guy from Prometheus. Yes, you know the guy from Prometheus who dies with the guy with the glasses? Yes, apparently you two don't give a shit about rocks. I'm going to the ship. Yeah, he was a great villain, and honestly, this movie was really good. I loved this movie. One big thing I loved about this movie is it plays homage to the original, the first Mission Impossible movie. Because it's not like a straight-up action movie. This is like an action thriller. It's more of a spy espionage movie than an actual straight-up action movie. Because that was what the first Mission Impossible movie was. It was an espionage movie. Then the second, third, fourth movie just became straight-up action movies. This went back a little bit and was more of an espionage movie, which I really liked. I liked a good spy movie. You don't always have to have good action scenes. This movie did have amazing action scenes, but the whole movie doesn't have to consist of action scenes. Have a good spy story, and this movie did have a good spy story, and I was so invested from start to finish. I love this movie. It's not only a great popcorn movie, but it's a great action thriller spy movie. And I had a blast with this movie. I had so much fun with this movie. And it's really well done. And the action scenes are really good. The opera scene is brilliant. Just amazing. Just awesome. It's like my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's beautifully shot. It drips with atmosphere. The music's great. And the action scenes are just so well done. It's so smooth, brilliantly handled, and it's just so good. And then, of course, the water tank scene when Ethan has to jump in the water tank and hold his breath. Oh my god, I was almost holding my breath with him. Throughout the whole scene, I was like this. Please make it out. Like, the tension in that scene was just, that's what I liked about this movie too. There's a lot of tension. Just like, oh my god, that's what made this movie an action thriller. So much tension. And of course, the car chasing scenes were awesome. The motorcycle chase was awesome. And just so much about this movie was awesome. It was a really well shot movie. Like, the cinematography was really well done. And Christopher McQuarrie, who directed this movie, did an amazing job. I love Jack Reacher. This is obviously better than Jack Reacher. And he just did a great job with this Mission Impossible movie. He did an awesome job. He really knows how to direct good action scenes. Like Jack Reacher had not a lot of action scenes, but the some it did have was really well done, and the action scenes were really well handled. He directed this movie very well, and the writing was decent too. And yeah, I guess the editing was a bit choppy. There was a lot of quick cuts in this movie, which I didn't like, especially in some of the punching scenes during the fighting scenes in the movie, and that was a bit distracting. But that's like my only minor nitpick of this movie, because this movie was awesome. This was like one of the most funnest movies I had this summer, other than, you know, like Mad Max and Ant-Man. But I had a blast with this movie. Any Mission Impossible fan will freaking have a blast with this movie. So I highly recommend this movie. Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation is awesome. It is fantastic. Scale 1 to 10, I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I basically enjoyed this movie just as much as I enjoyed it, man. So yeah, check it out. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you see Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation? Are you going to see Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation? Please comment below, let me know, tell me what you think. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.